Welcome, everyone, to Arlington, Texas at AT&T Stadium, site of this year's Goodyear Cotton Bowl, part, of course, of the college football playoff. It's time now for the quarterfinals. For the top four seeds, a time to begin their quest toward the national championship. But they run into a battle-tested team already coming off one playoff victory, trying to shock the world here today and make the semifinals. As we'll see the number 10 seed in this playoff, the Kansas State Wildcats, taking on the number 2 seed in the playoff, the Florida State Seminoles. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, here in the booth with Kirk Herbstreit. And here we go, a college football playoff quarterfinal game. We'll see which team's going to be moving on. The kickoff team is out there. Great energy as this playoff game is about to get underway. Bringing it out, it's Francis. Tackle at the 13, not great field position to start the drive. So Kansas State will begin with less than ideal field position off that poor return. Of course, the home of the Cotton Bowl in modern times has become AT&T Stadium, a massive yet somehow intimate setting. Kirk, this, of course, is where the first championship game of the playoff era was played.
Well, who could forget that? When Ohio State took care of Oregon to win the national championship for Urban Meyer. And this game, like you said, I think it just seems to get bigger and bigger in this setting. The pressure these players feel. Let's see who can handle that the best today.
Tackle made at the 24 as they begin to put a drive together.
Well, the defense sits back in a zone coverage. Good job here by the quarterback recognizing that soft coverage, and he hits the routine drag route underneath for a first down.
Offense keeps moving. It's a completion for a first down. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Got him for a sack. A big play made them one of the senior leaders of this defense. Short loss in the play sets up second and long from the 18. And the quarterback looking to make a play through the air. Able to get the pass away, but took a hit that time. Well, a serious challenge for this offense. You don't want to be in third and long inside your own 20. How much of a risk will they take to try to pick up this first down? Pressure is coming. Gets the ball off as he's hit, but it's incomplete. And the Wildcats will send their punt team onto the field. When he's got some space here. Breaking free for a huge return. They finally grab him. Lucky to keep him out of the end zone. The offense will start with great field position. So Florida State's offense takes the field. Our first chance to see them today. All right, Kirk, let's take a quick look at the impact players for today's game and how they're going to affect the outcome.
These are your leaders on the field and in the locker room. These are your go-to guys, not only when you need a play to be made, but also when you need somebody to rally your team.
And the quarterback dropping back. And it's incomplete, targeting a man right near the goal line.
Chris, that ball's tipped up into the air, and it's anybody's football. The defense, first of all, does a great job of anticipating a throw down in the red zone, and they're in great position to knock that ball up. But it was exciting to see, would anybody come up with it once it was in the air?
They've moved it to the 3. Now it's third and goal. On the ground, trying to muscle it across the line. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Florida State. Well, they began with great field position, and that didn't take long at all, Kirk.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an opportunity. Your defense sets you up in great field position. You're not looking for a field goal. You're looking for a touchdown. Give the credit to this offense for being aggressive and punching it in.
Extra point knocked right down the middle. Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back. Fielded in the end zone. It's Francis. Tackled at the 14. Not very good field position to start here. And the Kansas State offense is back out on the field. The last time they were forced to punt it away. Can they get points out of this possession? First down play call. How aggressive will it be? There's the handoff. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Well, there's that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
Caught quickly. They bring him down after a short gain there.
Love to see the short passing game as a great go-to for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable and allows you to see how the defense is reacting. That can open up for other things later on.
It's third down for the offense. Dropping back, they're going to throw for the first down. From the pocket, delivers over the middle. Eventually taken down, but how about the spin move that earned him first down yardage?
Good job here by this offense coming up with his first down on that third down play. They knew they're going to have to deal with a lot of pressure, did their job, gave the quarterback time. They convert, and listen, you're down early in this game. Every possession matters. You need points on this drive, and they're able to have that chance now with that conversion.
And he's tackled for a loss after the catch. The defense all over that one.
You know, he had nobody open downfield because of great coverage there by this defense. But what I love to see is how they run to the ball. He checks it down, and this guy's got nowhere to go. It's a big loss.
Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. Receiver makes the grab. They bring him down quickly, a short pitch and catch to get a little bit closer to the marker.
Well, a lot of times when a quarterback sees man defense, he wants to get the ball out of his hands as quickly as possible, put the ball in the hands of one of their best playmakers, and hope that he can break a tackle or two on the outside and get a big play.
Junior steps up and makes an impact play.
That's another sack for this defense, Chris. If I'm not mistaken, they've got a lot of pressures. I think that's their second sack of this game, and this defense has a lot to do with why they have this nice lead here early in the game.
The Wildcats will send the punt team onto the field, and he'll kick it away now for the second time. We'll see what he can do with the return. Returner brought down, sets up the next drive. And the Seminoles offense comes back on the field. They scored a touchdown on their last possession. Let's see if this defense can make adjustments and prevent that this time. Here's a throw underneath to the tight end.
Any good offense has to have a reliable, quick to intermediate passing game. Even though that wasn't enough for the first down, it's plays like this that help you sustain drives and not get stuck with third down and long.
And the pass is intercepted as he throws into double coverage that time. And he's got some open field ahead. And he steps out at the 6. What a crucial takeaway.
Wow, what a play by this defense that come up with the interception and a big return. They almost take it to the house, but you got to give the quarterback some credit. Yeah, he threw a pick, but he didn't give up on the play and hang his head. Instead, he makes the tackle to prevent the defense from scoring.
Okay, the K-State offense is back out on the field now. How about the starting field position? They begin with first and goal. Hands it off on the counter. And he'll make it in for the score. Touchdown, Kansas State. We had a short field. The offense did exactly what they're supposed to do. That would have been a big ask for the defense there.
Absolutely. But when you're given that kind of field position, anything less than a touchdown would be a disappointment. They did exactly what they needed to do by capitalizing on that short field.
Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. Return starts from inside the 5. And the returner brought down by the coverage team. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? Hand off to the right side. Finding some room at the 25. That's a nice game. He moved the football up to the 27.
Another first down and another good run by this back from Florida State. He's doing his job as far as living up to the great tradition of Florida State running backs.
That's an important first down on that running play. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Tries to beat the pressure with a deep shot. The pass is dropped incomplete with it. Had a huge gain. Took his eye off the ball. Heading set. Here's second down. Quarterback drops back. We're going to test the secondary. Running back grabs it on a screen. And he will be stuffed for no gain.
Well, it seems like a screen pass is either feast or famine. You either completely fool the defense and you got a lot of room to run behind a convoy of blockers, or there's just nowhere to go and the play gets blown up as we see here.
Intercepted, picked off by the defense. Look out, he's got some space. And he's going to score on the pick six. Touchdown, Wildcats. And the interception taken to the house, a pick six, potential game-changing play there.
Man, nothing gets a defense, and especially a defensive coordinator, more fired up than a pick six. And let's not forget, give credit to some of those other defenders for making some key blocks to spring that touchdown loose.
And he'll lead the kickoff right there. He'll start from the 25. And here comes the Florida State offense on the field. They have got to bounce back on this possession after throwing a pick six last time out here. Here comes a first down pass attempt. Trying to create outside the pocket now. Looking right, this one caught. And he'll be brought down. And the Noles hustle to the line to run the hurry up. They look to throw it here on second down. He's going for a big play downfield. Deep ball is caught for a huge gain here. They're not going to get him. He's in. Touchdown, Noles. Well, this college football playoff game is all tied up, and Kirk, it's beginning to feel a little bit like a shootout.
Yeah, it is. It's a battle of the offenses. Both these teams right now executing flawlessly, and they're doing so with such high stakes, answering one score with another. Neither team is backing up 1 inch.
Tackled at the 12. The coach wishes he left that one in the end zone. And the Wildcats offense back out on the field. Each offense has been clicking, scoring touchdowns in their last possessions. This line getting set up. It's a first down play. Handoff running right. The gain is 3 yards. Brings up a second down and 7.
The defensive coordinator this week always telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Heading left after the handoff. Defense makes the tackle with the clock running. That'll probably be the final play of this first quarter. So a tricky situation here. Third and very long inside your own 20. How much of a risk do you take? You know this defense could be very aggressive at this moment. Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. Drops back, needing a third down completion here. And he's sacked. He'll be brought down right at the 5-yard line.
I think that was a coverage sack as much as anything. They sat back in a dime defense with 6 defensive backs, and none of them blitzed. They just sat back in coverage, and the defensive line eventually came up with a sack.
It's a quick spin move. And the returner brought down by the coverage team. And the Florida State offense heads back onto the field. They reached the end zone the last time out, trying to do the same thing here. Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff. And a decent gain there before the defense brings him down.
I'll take that every single time. Offensive line does a nice job up front. This back's vision and ability to get positive yards by lowering his pads on full display right there.
And now the running back's got it again. Good enough for first down yardage.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
Second down after that run on the previous play. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up to throw. Finds a receiver in the middle of the field. Stopped quickly at the 13, but here we are in the red zone. And the Seminoles pick up enough for a first down here. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. That was a nice juke, but not much room to run. He's brought down for a short gain. So down here in the red zone, every yard tough to find. Here is a crucial play coming up. Caught near the goal line. And he will score. Touchdown, Seminoles.
This guy can do it all. We've seen him go behind coverage and make plays downfield. We can see him catch the ball underneath, just like this. When he catches a football, he is so dangerous after the catch. This one leads him into the end zone for the 6 points.
Bringing it out, it's Francis. And he's brought down at the 12. That's poor field position to start the drive. And the Kansas State offense is back out on the field. They're coming off a 3-and-out, looking to produce a positive drive here. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. They stop the receiver, but that's a solid gain on that play. And completion makes it 2nd and short. Off the play fake, looking to throw the football. Fires it to the wideout. Over the middle and incomplete. Offense breaks the huddle and gets set. It's 3rd down. Can they pick up the first on the ground? Great cut there. Brought down to the 23. Good enough for a first down.
Great job here by this offense being able to convert. Let's face it, they've dug themselves a hole. They're down here early in this game. And with all this hype, the last thing you want to do is have to punt the ball. Come up with a conversion, keep your rhythm, keep your momentum, stick to your playbook. Good job here. Now let's see if they can keep that rhythm going.
Kansas State getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. Here's the snap, looking to throw here. And that pass is hauled in over the middle. He's brought down quickly. A short gain gets them a few yards closer to the marker. High completion makes it 2nd and medium. Going with the old counter run here. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Well, Chris, this is going to set up a big 3rd down now for this offense. They're down early in the game. All the hype and the pressure on a playoff game. You don't want
quick pressure. They've got him down for a sack.
I can't believe the amount of pressure this defense is getting on this quarterback. Sack after sack. Well, you got to think about changing things up. The snap count, the scheme, anything at all to help this offensive line. They're overmatched so far in this game.
And we'll see what he can do on the return. He's got some daylight turning on the speed. And the speedy returner, a big gain on that one. Coverage team barely able to stop him. And the Seminoles offense comes back on the field. They had a brilliant touchdown drive last time, mixing the run and the pass. Can they keep that going again? It's caught. Nice pitch and catch. We get him down quickly. Not much of a gain on that completion. The Noles will hustle to the line to run the hurry-up offense. They'll change the pre-snap look now. 2nd down, looking to throw it. Looking for his back. Pass ball is incomplete. There was a lot of contact. No penalty. Brings up 3rd down.
Everything about this play tells you about today's offenses and what they're asking out of their running backs. You can't just be a guy who runs the football anymore. You have to be able to catch it as well. And he didn't do a very good job with it on this play.
The pass is off target. He got hit as he threw as the 3rd down pressure worked. The Seminoles will have to punt this one away. Ball rolls dead and the coverage team downs it right there. Okay, the K-State offense is back out on the field now. Well, it's been an entertaining first half. Not much time remaining to cut into this lead. Catch made on the out route. They bring him down, but a big chunky yardage on the play. And a timeout is called. Important stage late here in the 2nd quarter. And looking to throw now on 1st down. Down goes the quarterback. It's a sack. And a quick timeout call by the offense after the play. That O-line has to regroup now. It's 2nd and 12. They snap it. Quarterback looking to throw the ball. And they've got him again. That ferocious pass rush. Back-to-back sacks. Timeout is called by the defense. That's their first of the half. Here's the handoff. The defense stops him short of the marker, so it's 4th down coming up. And the Wildcats will bring their punt team onto the field. Looking to flip the field here. Then here's the return. And he's brought down immediately on that one. Kind of gutsy to try a return, but the coach may have preferred a fair catch. And here comes the Florida State offense on the field. They had to punt the ball last time. Now they're looking to add points, build on this lead. Took contact on the throw. And it's incomplete even on a 1st down throw. He was under some heavy pressure.
And you got to love this if you're a defensive coordinator. It's all about affecting the quarterback and getting pressure on him. This time they got to him and forced that incompletion.
Tried to press the ball deep, but it's incomplete.
That ball just seemed to sail on him. You got to make sure to give your receiver a chance to be able to come down with a catch and bounce.
Looking to make a play deep downfield. That deep shot is caught for a big gain. Touchdown, Florida State. This quarterback on fire today. With the extra point, the lead is 14. So an important touchdown just before halftime. Not much time for the opposing offense to try to answer before the break. Fielded in the end zone. It's Francis. Tackled at the 14. Not very good field position to start here. So it's 1st down, but they just kneel down before halftime here. Looks like the offense content to run the clock out here and go to halftime. Talk about the second half. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update.
Chris, we wondered all week what this matchup would look like. So much at stake in this win-or-go-home game. And we've been treated to a fabulous first 2 quarters of playoff football. And there is no better place to start this halftime than by reviewing how this wideout has been a one-man wrecking crew. The kid's been everywhere. And I love how he's willing to go across the middle, but that he also has the jets to burn these DBs on the deep ball. If this defense wants to actually come back in this one, they better hide his cleats. That's it for us from our EA Sports Studios in Orlando. Let's head back to Chris and Kirk for the exciting conclusion of this one, where we'll find out who is moving on in the CFB.
And the returner will be brought down. And the Florida State offense heads back onto the field. Big guys up front line up. It's 1st down. And they get the second half started with a running play. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Well, they run it right into a blitz, and that linebacker was coming downhill, Kirk.
Man, what a time to call that blitz here by the defensive coordinator. And you're right, he shoots right through that A-gap. Really, the back had nowhere to go. By the time he got the ball in his hands, the linebacker's right in his face.
They bring down the receiver, but that's a nice gain on that play.
This is what you love to see, right? Quarterback does a nice job of looking and finding his open receiver, and he waits to the last possible second. In fact, Chris, he gets hit as he gets that ball out of his hands. So good job of showing some strength and a good job of throwing with accuracy as he's taking that hit.
Third down, out of the shotgun. He's moving out of the pocket. And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete. And the Noles will line up to punt it away. Looking to kick it away for the second time. And the return man decides to signal fair catch. And the Wildcats offense back out on the field. Fresh set of downs for the offense. 1st down. Off the play fake, looking to throw. He finds his man.
Well, the running back that time just kind of sneaks out of the backfield and shows his hands on that nice catch.
The Wildcats come up to the line to crank the tempo up here. Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. And the junior able to get home with the sack.
Well, that takes the wind right out of your sails. This offense is trying to find a way to get back into this game, and another pressure and a sack against their quarterback.
And he'll drop back here on third down. Can't hold on. Good defensive play. Brings up a fourth down. And the Wildcats will have to kick this away. Hunter getting a serious workout today on the punt for the 6th time. We'll see if he can make a play on this return. He's brought down, but a good effort to make something of that return. And the Seminoles offense comes back on the field. Forced to punt last time. Trying to add points, build the lead right here. Solid game, moves the ball to a 43.
I think this defense keeps thinking about them throwing the football, and by doing that, they're opening up running lanes. Good positive yards there by the running back.
Play action fake, looking to throw. There's contact on the throw. He's picked for a 3rd time tonight. Going the other way, can they catch him? Finally able to take him down, but that's a great return after the pick.
Wow, a risky call by the offensive coordinator, playing with the lead in the playoff in the second half, throwing the football. I don't disagree with it, but now you give this defense a chance to create a turnover, and they capitalize here with the pick.
But a huge hit by the linebacker. What a tackle. The completion makes it 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's a handoff. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4.
Well, they keep trying to run the football, and they keep getting dominated at the line of scrimmage. That has been a theme throughout this entire game. We've talked about it earlier in the game. It's not...
He's going to be brought down by that ferocious pass rush. Nice sack. The Wildcats will bring their punt team onto the field. Offense goes backwards on this drive. He's on to punt it away now. And the punt goes out of bounds. The officials now will mark the spot. And here comes the Florida State offense on the field. The last possession ended in an interception. Let's see if they continue to trust this quarterback in the passing game. Nothing open downfield, so we'll just throw it away.
Man, the defense took everything away from him. What do you expect him to do? He can't force the ball into traffic and potentially throw the interception. Does a good job of getting out of the pocket, away from the pressure, and just throw the ball away. See what happens on this next down.
They're finally able to stop him, but the defense is fooled a bit on that screenplay. It's a solid game for a 1st down. 1st down and 10. Offense will keep it on the ground here. Solid game, moves the ball to the 37.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on 1st down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
And the Seminoles moving quickly down the field here. Quarterback checks the defensive look, makes some adjustments. He'll take a deep shot here. The catch is made for a huge pickup. And they'll bring him down, but this offense creates a huge chunk play.
That is great arm strength and accuracy by this quarterback. And let's not forget the wide receiver's job of bringing it in for that big gain.
On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. And the pass is incomplete just across the goal line.
Chris, we're all guilty of this. We all look at the big plays, the quarterbacks, the offense, how many points, how many yards. And sometimes we overlook the most important aspect of the game, the offensive line. You've got to do a good job consistently protecting the quarterback, and it all comes down to the offensive line. And here, they hurry the quarterback, and they blow up the play.
The Noles line it up with 1st and goal. Fights his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Noles.
I think we're starting to kind of see a theme here, Chris, today. That's his 2nd touchdown. The offensive line doing their job, and he's doing an outstanding job of just reading the defense, finding the hole, and being able to pick up big yards and touchdowns.
The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. He's going to return it from near the goal line. And they've got the returner corralled. And the Kansas State offense is back out on the field. They're coming off a quick 3 and out, so looking to put something together on this drive with a little more urgency. Here's the first play of the drive. They'll set up from the 13. Oh, it's incomplete. That's a good job of the defender to break that up.
Well, I'm a big fan of the RPO, but it is a dangerous play for the quarterback. You got to make the right decision. On this play, it just seemed like he was a little hesitant, unsure, and it cost him here with an incompletion.
Second down play coming up. Ball handed off. Nowhere to run up the middle.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and the run fits on that play.
Offense comes up to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before the quarter expires. Bringing pressure. They trap him and sack him back at the 10. As we break for the quarter, Kurt, Florida State is on top. With 3 quarters in the books with a chance to stay alive in the playoff at stake, let's take a quick look at the stats so far. And the Wildcats will line up to punt it away. He's on to boot it away now. And the ball is away from his own end zone. And the coverage team makes the stop on this return. And the Florida State offense heads back onto the field. They were up double digits at halftime, and they're just continuing to roll, building on the lead here in the second half. He's brought down, but the game moves the ball to the 39. First down here for this offense. He'll hand it off. You make the tackle, but the game moves the ball to the 28.
You know, I'd say this run is pretty emblematic of what we've seen all day long. No matter what they've done on offense, the guys up front have controlled the line of scrimmage. They've given the quarterback time to throw. They've been able to run, really, whatever they've wanted to. That's why the points are going up on the board. Right now, the psyche of this offense is we're in control, and we can do whatever we want whenever we feel like doing it.
Trying to flex the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff.
Well, much like what we saw in the first half, Chris, in this playoff game, no adjustments, go right back to giving this running back the football. He's had a monster day and continues to get positive yards.
And now the handoff. Ball carrier brought down at the 4. Offense in great scoring position here.
Another nice run by this running back. He's well over 100 yards now in the game. A big part of the reason that they're going to win this football game and advance to the next round.
They'll try to run it in on first and goal. Couldn't quite get there. Brought down at the 2. Here comes some more big bodies out for the defense. And they're trying to punch it in here. Couldn't quite get in, but they're knocking on the door at the 1.
Just seems like he's inching his way to this goal line. He got about a yard. That's halfway. Now will they give it to him again to see if he can break the plane?
That's a design quarterback keeper. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, Chris, they come up short the goal line here, but they've got to still consider going for it. You could try to punch it in from the 2, or I'm sure they've got a couple good handful of 2-point conversion plays that they could use for this kind of situation. Let's see what they can dial up.
Touchdown, Seminoles. To stretch the lead, the route is on.
Well, we've watched this guy all year, and we know that he is a threat when they get down inside that 5-yard line. It's 4th down and goal. The defense just did not anticipate that this guy's legs could hurt him, and they did for a touchdown.
Bringing it out, it's Francis. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. Okay, the K-State offense is back out on the field now. This has been a rough game for these guys. Not much left to do but play for pride. Running out of time in the pocket. They've got him. It's a sack from the defense. After the first down loss, it's 2nd and long from the 17. From the shotgun, drops back. Snags a quick throw. They make the tackle, but not before a solid gain on that pass. Third down upcoming after that completion. From the shotgun, drops back looking for an open man. It's complete. What a grab near the sideline. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw it on first down. Looking downfield. Catch is made down the middle. They bring him down, but not before an explosive play through this offense through the air. Kansas State getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. Here comes a throw from the red zone. And it's incomplete. Just 5 seconds left on the clock now.
Boy, this offense has really struggled today, Chris, when it comes to throwing the football. They have dug themselves a huge hole. They're not going to have any chance of coming back. And I think one thing about this is you wonder where you go from here.
Here's a shot toward the end zone. That will be incomplete, trying for a consolation touchdown, but it's no good, and time expires on the game. Of course, in the playoffs, it's